And to help the family cover the last expenses, you may send your contribution to M-Pesa paybill number 8089700. M-Pesa paybill number 8089700. And the account number is Catherine Kasavuli. And during her stint as the Legends Edition anchor, the late veteran broadcaster Catherine Kasavuli also hosted the Legends interview. Tonight, we recap some of those interviews.
I am Catherine Kasavuli. I have missed you so much. It's been 8 years since I was last on any television screen, and it is just a great pleasure to be back. Welcome, Madam Choda.
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, madam, and very happy to be here with you on this auspicious occasion.
Thank you so much. Oh gosh, the pleasure is all ours. I have always personally looked out, to meet you, and unfortunately I didn't have a chance when I met you now, and I'm so happy. So please tell us about your exploits on the terrain, rough terrain. I know you also participated in safari rallies in the Himalayas, but first let us start in East Africa. How did you participate? How did you join?
My husband used to go in the safari rallies all with old cars. Then one day it was our wedding anniversary, and I got him a car from Amazon Motors.
How were you able to balance family life? Because the presidency actually took your life.
I remember one time from Nakuru, we were not stopping in Nairobi. From here we drove straight to Mombasa. But the first stop was at Emali. I found my wife and my small child, my small daughter, at the roundabout near Nyayo House, where the old provincial commissioner's office, where it is.
On Uhuru Highway.
Yes, Uhuru Highway. I found her standing there, annoyed with a child here. But then we passed here. And then we had to go to Mombasa. But then when I came back, I had to explain to her that in order to break out of a poverty cycle, something must give. There must be sacrifice. But she understood, because by 1981, when I was 32, I built her a beautiful home in Lavington. Yes.
Wow.
And then I told her, these are the fruits of sacrifice.
That is so beautiful.
Yes, we live up to now.
That is so wonderful. Let's talk about your childhood,
Yes.
your growing up. You developed a certain impediment.
Yeah.
And of course, it led to you being visibly impaired.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us about this?
Yeah, so at the age of 3, we were seated at the dinner table, and this is way back in Vihiga, in Bunyore. That's why I keep singing about sweet Bunyore. So we are having dinner, and I stretch out my hand, and the ugali luya is so big you can't miss it. So I missed it though, and touched the side of the plate. And my mother goes, "What? Are you becoming blind?" What she didn't know is that I was actually becoming blind. And what has happened was that I developed cataracts in both eyes, and cataracts nowadays are very easy to treat.
And you were having the baby?
That's when I had the baby.
Wonderful. How
Yes.
did it feel when you came back in 1998?
Well, I can say it was a bit challenging because, there is this what we call baby fat.
Yes.
So I had to work on that.
Yes.
And to get to run with, some extra kgs, it was a little bit challenging and it wasn't fun. But what was making it more fun is that I didn't have anything to regret because I have somebody on the side. So regardless of having those extra kgs, I had somebody who can call me mom, and I can cherish as my baby.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. You deserve all the accolades we can give you. You've been giving people, commendations and things like that. But it's time for you also to receive some, some ululation and accolades. You were Ambassador Francis Muthaura, great diplomat, respected all over the world and also in the European Union. Let's first start at home. You were the first Secretary General to the East African Community.
Yes.
Please walk us through that.
Well, I was appointed first of all as an first executive secretary of the East African Community, and it's after we formulated the treaty. After the completion and the adoption of the treaty, that my status changed to one of Secretary General of the East African Community.
Acid rain. We see this quite a lot in developed countries. We are seeing it in some parts of Africa. What do you have to say about that?
First of all, how it is made in the atmosphere, okay? You've got a nuclear. A nuclear is that something that is in the middle, where the water vapor attaches itself.
Oh my goodness, viewers, I am so sorry. We have to go. This has been Ngwata Francis on Legends Edition. My name is Catherine Kasavuli. I feel so honored to have hosted you on this show, and thank you so much for coming.